Alright, in this game we have the Gunners versus the Beats. The Beats are 8-2, the Gunners are 6-5. The Gunners are in the third place in their division. I think they're tied for second. They're both 6-5 with them and the Niners, but I think the Niners have the better versus record or something like that. And then the Beats are in first place. I think the next team behind them is 5-5, so they have quite a good lead for their division. I think that the Beats are still going to win this. They have just been a really good team throughout the whole year. The Gunners, you know, they've been hit or miss, but they have a really solid offense at least. So let me know down in the comments below who you think's going to win, and let's get into it.
Today, from Brooklyn, New York, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Baker Mayfield and the Brooklyn Beats versus Kyler Murray and the Houston Gunners.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with their opponents. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
When you have a guy like Kyler Murray under center, it not only opens up your playbook, it allows you to draw up even more plays because he's among the best dual-threat quarterbacks in the league and a true playmaker. If flushed out of the pocket, he might even be more dangerous. The next step for him, being able to throw on rhythm and deliver from the pocket.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers there for Connor in last week's game. 12 carries, 63 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to him early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. To throw, it's Murray. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading them out is the Austin, Texas native. At quarterback, it's Baker Mayfield.
Not sure what you thought, but I thought it was appropriate when he walked into our meeting with his arm totally encased in ice. because he threw 5 touchdown passes last week and won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award.
Yeah, but reading the paper this morning, and he said, gosh, I actually thought I should have got 6 or 7. But still, it was an amazing performance a week ago. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play there.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Mayfield down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Zaven Collins. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Mayfield now from the 50. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Brian Burns, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Murray. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct. Looks like a 2nd empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And on now is the punter. as he'll kick it away for the second time. Shreds him with a stiff arm. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played. Yeah,
and it created a big run. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. This is McCaffrey. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 20 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. On 2nd down, Mayfield again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Mayfield looks to throw. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Play action. Now it's Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray over the middle, complete. That's Brown. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Six nothing our score after 1. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Here's Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 9 yards is the loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken from just outside the 30 and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season. But some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Now, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him. From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Mayfield on 1st down. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
First down, Mayfield. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A 3rd field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. And again, it's Mayfield. There's Trimble, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Houston's offense taking over again. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way? Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. And this will be swung out here for Connor. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Murray now to throw. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Throwing again, Murray. Flushed out right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally, you run to set up the pass. Here, it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Mayfield. Out left to Anderson. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
From the 25 on second down, Murray. Short completion, just 4 yards. And just like that, it's third down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He'll get this to Connor underneath. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they'll send out their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
7 yards to pick up there. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Throwing, Mayfield. Into the secondary, past the 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A first down throw for Mayfield. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mayfield with it once more. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Isaiah Simmons, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded at the 20. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. Working with 2nd and 5 now. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. From the gun, Mayfield. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Oh, that's a big let off there on third down, because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a first down, but for big yardage as well.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the traders take a look, we'll step aside. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Mayfield to throw it. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. To throw, Mayfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. They'll give it up to McCaffrey.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. Now we'll look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? McCaffrey, touchdown. No, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you, because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's a 2nd down. Throwing now is Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Connor. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Murray. Quickly to Hockenson.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to run.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. From the 17, Murray. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Connor, and he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Connor. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Murray now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Gunners are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
The extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Moore. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, That looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. This offense so far on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Mayfield now. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Mayfield looks to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he comes back with one complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw again. They'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. They'll set up a throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
And this one is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And now out comes Houston.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Buying time to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Murray giving to Connor on the draw.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Third and 2, and here's Murray. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Flush to his right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Here's Murray. Taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Murray. He finds his man, complete. That's more. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw is Murray. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Murray to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And that one, an absolute backbreaker. A chance to get back within a score, couldn't do it.
Yeah, that one went begging, as they say, right? There's the opportunity, and it was missed. But all hope's not lost just yet. But, boy, getting back within 1 score would have been a powerful motivator for their defense to take the field with.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Mayfield. Open man Lamb, it's complete. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they will take a knee here. Now a give right side McCaffrey. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Brooklyn, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.